I've
This
been here.
conference will now be recorded.
Okay, I've been here each week. I'm Brett Toombs, and I lead Spin. And I'm happy to introduce Ghassan Baalbaki. He's been with us for, gosh, 10 or 12 years in a number of different roles now. Um, I also think he's young, but it can't be true either because it's been a long time. Yeah, in any case, yeah, if you're turn your webcam on so I can go ahead. So that's since it's a small group. Ideally, if you're getting any feedback, it might be good to turn your sound off unless you're speaking. So at the bottom, you'll see there's the controls or the microphone and a camera. So if you want to turn your camera on, hi Richard, you can turn your camera on, and then if you can control your mic on or off during the session. So this is, and if at the top of your screen, you can see who you're going to view. You can choose everyone, active cameras, just who's talking, whatever you prefer, how to manage your screen in that way. And there's a chat pane. So if you look at the top also, there's a little chat bubble symbol. If you want to ask a question, or I don't know, Ghassan, people could probably just put their hand up and ask a question if their camera's on. If your camera's not and you want to ask a question in the chat, go ahead and type it in, and we can do it that way. Yeah, Angelica, who I think you've all met before, is going to be monitoring and helping with any issues that come from technology. And Richard, thanks for coming as a postgraduate fellow with the team, and he can help with questions and so forth as we're going forward. So these are one of my favorite sessions tonight. So Ghassan is doing worry management and relaxation. So relaxation is tonight, and so that's always a good session. So sit back. It's also not just a good session and a lot of fun because you get to relax and it feels good. It's also a really important stress management tool. So it gets everything all balled up in one. And it feels good. It's nice. Enjoy the evening, and then Ghassan will teach you how to use it as a tool. So with that, I'm going to sign off. But thanks for coming, and enjoy your evening. And take it away, Ghassan. Thanks for doing this.
No problem. Thank you. Okay, so today's session is going to be about relaxation, and relaxation actually could encompass lots of techniques that definitely we cannot cover them all today. So we're going to actually work today on one of them, which is actually, I would say, the basis for lots of relaxation techniques. Actually, we need it in any kind of relaxation that we want to do. So why are we talking about relaxation through breathing? First, let's say, let me put it that way. There are lots of studies that showed a direct link between being tense and having more, let's say, anxious feelings, anxious emotions, feeling stress. Actually, also, it's linked to an increase in certain stress hormones. Whereas when we are relaxed in a state of light floating, just imagine when you finish a session, for those who like these sessions, a session of massage, okay? You feel that all your body is completely relaxed, muscles are completely relaxed, and it brings with it a sense of calmness, a sense of serenity. And this is linked also endocrinologically to hormones of stress that are going to be reduced. Another thing, when we're talking about the importance of breathing, the way we breathe is going to impact the levels of oxygen in our blood, right? And just imagine when you are trying to run, what kind of breathing do you need? If you're trying to run, you're gonna need fast exchange of gases and a lot of intake and exhaling. So you're running, you're doing exercise, a physical activity, you're gonna be going like, you cannot run if you're trying to breathe like that. Try to do an activity, a physical activity, by breathing slowly, and you'll find yourself unable to achieve the action. I bet you won't be able to achieve it. Just imagine yourself trying to walk fast, a fast walk or a jog, while you doesn't work. Okay, because the body is asking for high exchange. Now, what happens when I'm having that heavy breathing, quick and fast exchange of gases, when I'm not doing an exercise? When I'm not doing an exercise, there is an oversaturation of oxygen. I'm not using that oxygen. I'm not burning that oxygen. So I'm taking that oxygen, instead of being it used for all the process, it's just like accumulating. And this can give me dizziness, okay? It makes my heart beat faster, because also it's not being consumed. Now, during the process, generally when we're using that oxygen, it's being transformed to CO2. And we want to have the balance between O2 and CO2 in a way that we don't get our body in a state of disbalancement. It's called I forgot what it was, when we have the unbalanced blood levels between oxygen and CO2 is going to come. So this puts us in a situation where we feel anxious, where we feel like stressed, and that it enhances also the breathing, the anxious breathing. And actually, if you've seen somebody being anxious, maybe you've seen it also in movies, when they're hyperventilating. What do we do with them generally? We give them a bag, right? They breathe through a bag to reduce the intake of oxygen. We want to reduce that intake of oxygen. So, anxious breathing is when that frequency of breath we're taking goes high, taking a lot of oxygen and not using that oxygen, okay? Also, we can see that when people are wearing tight cloth, okay? So if sometimes you have difficulties like finding yourself like stressed or having difficulties breathing, check the tightness of your cloth, okay? Now, as I was saying, if the body is not working enough to use that oxygen that somebody's taking while in a state of anxiety or panic or fear or stress or whatever, the dioxide, like the CO2, okay, is going to be expelled way faster than what we need. So this it's called alkalosis. Okay, this is called the respiratory alkalosis. Okay, so mainly saying that we should not breathe a lot and we should not breathe. So what should we do? We should learn how to breathe right. I'm gonna share with you my screen to explain a little bit how do we do it. Share screen and this one. Okay, so can you see the white paper here? Where are you guys? I can see you anymore. Okay, there is a. Okay, Angelica. Okay, now I see you. So can you see the whiteboard here? Okay.
Yep,
So
perfect.
okay, so okay. Oops. Okay, I have a technical problem. Just a second, I'm gonna try to solve it. I'm not used to share on Go meeting, so wait. Again, share screen, main. Okay, so I hope this will work now. Okay, I think so. So this is the lungs. Okay, I don't draw well. And these, when we are breathing, okay, air is coming in and they are getting filled, right? We want them to be filled starting the base from here going up. And actually what we notice when people do not breathe well, we notice that there is here something called a diaphragm, okay? So this diaphragm, when it's tense, it pushes the lungs up. So the lungs are like bags, right? When this is pushing up, they don't have enough space to expand. So what we notice, actually, we notice that this part is being filled and not going full. And when it's not going full, we're going to have what we call superficial breathing, which leads to an increased rate of breathing. Okay, so the idea with the breathing relaxation is to bring that diaphragm down in order to give space to the lungs. Now, we don't need to breathe a lot, but we want to breathe deep in order to have a relaxed state that will come with it. Exhaling is gonna also be done in a slow way, okay? Because we don't want to go like pushing. By pushing, we're just like also creating tension here. Another thing, keep in mind this this image, okay? When we're gonna breathe in, the balloon is filling, air is pushing it out. The balloon is gonna be your stomach, your belly, okay? And when we are exhaling, actually the balloon is getting inwards. Okay, this is a very important image to keep in mind, because lots of times I see people trying to breathe, but they're doing the reverse movement. So when they are breathing in, they are pushing inwards, and when they're exhaling, they're pushing outwards. Okay, so keep in mind, air coming in, it fills the balloon, so it expands. Keep that image in when we're going to do the exercise now. Keep that image in. Another way of keeping an image that would help you, check the movement if you've seen babies sleeping. When babies are sleeping, they're breathing. When you look at them, you see their bellies going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. This is the pump. Okay, so if we do a small exercise right now, I want you to just like put a hand on your chest and put another one on your belly. Okay, and close your eyes and just focus on your breathing, trying to notice which hand or hands are moving. So take, let's say, half a minute and just breathe regularly like you usually do. Okay, so can you share with me what have you noticed? Which hand is moving? Both hands for Marie-Claude. Somebody else? Yes, Ari.
The top? The top
Which one?
hand? The top hand,
This one? The chest one?
yes.
Okay. Clarissa?
My stomach.
Stomach.
One on my
Okay.
stomach.
Okay. So generally, if it's both, okay, or just the upper one, it means that you will have to work more on the breathing. Okay, we want it to come from the stomach, because if you're breathing from upside, it means that the abdominal, the diaphragm is tense. Okay, so now the technique I'm gonna give you is gonna help you implement what we call diaphragmatic breathing, which means the diaphragm is loose and is letting the belly do its work. Okay. These techniques of breathing, they also use them in yoga and meditation exercises, so there's nothing new in this. So what we want to make sure to have each time we want to do that breathing relaxation, and actually breathing relaxation is cool because you can do it wherever you are. Okay, you can do it while sitting on a chair, in your bed. Actually, if you want to try it first. If you find it difficult to do it sitting, when you do it lying down on your back, it's going to be easier because you're going to automatically be loosening the diaphragm. So it gives you an idea of how it should work. Okay, it's just automatic. It's more automatic. Now, when we do the breathing exercise, you might find lots of people saying, oh, you should breathe through your nose, you should breathe through your mouth. You know what? As long as you're getting air in, it's good. So if you want to breathe through your ears, do it if you can. So I don't care. Okay, as long as air is coming in, it's gonna be fine. So because like for myself, breathing through my nose is sometimes difficult. Most of the times I cannot have my nose open. I have problems with it, so I just have to breathe with my mouth, and it works fine. Okay, so the idea is take a posture in which you are comfortable. Okay, so if you are too tight, if you are wearing tight clothes, if you are not like, if you're sitting on a chair that is not too comfortable, try to find a position, a posture in which you'll be just, okay, it's like, I'm fine, okay? Then we're gonna try to breathe in a steady way. So we're gonna bring our consciousness, and actually it's like being more mindful of the breathing that we're doing. This is like the first step, is just like taking the time. All what we want to do now is just like concentrate on how we are breathing. So we want a steady rhythm, okay? When we're gonna take air in, we want to take air in slowly. We don't want to do this. That's no good. So what I want is something like, I'm still taking in. Okay, that's fine, I'm good. I don't need to over expand my lungs. Then we're gonna hold the breath. So once I take the breath in, I'm good now. I'm gonna hold my breath for a few seconds. And the guidance, generally they say between 2 and 3 seconds, but you know, there is no one rule. To get my relaxation good, I have to hold my breath for at least 10 seconds. Okay, so you will find your own rhythm. You will find it with your own body, because we know that scleroderma affects sometimes in some patients the lungs or the breathing. So you take it to your own limits. Okay, you know what is best for you, but the idea is not to go like breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. You'll be hyperventilating, and this won't do the job. So breathing in, hold, and now I'm gonna breathe out, but I'm gonna breathe out slowly. So and when I'm breathing out slowly, I'm letting my body sink in the chair. Okay, so the rhythm, you're gonna find it. Some are going to take a breath in 6 seconds, in 10 seconds, in 4 seconds. I'm gonna put now a recording guiding you in the breathing, the relaxation breathing. Okay, it's a guide to give you the idea of it. It doesn't mean that you have to perform it exactly as it is. I personally can't follow that rhythm. I have another rhythm. I found it. The idea is for you to, it's trial and error, okay? You try and you adjust. If during the exercise you feel dizzy, okay, it means that you are taking a lot of oxygen. Slow down the intake. Hold your breath a little bit longer. Okay? If you are still feeling dizzy, stand up, walk a little bit. You're gonna use that excess of oxygen. Everything's gonna become normal again. And then you sit back and you know that you've been taking a lot of oxygen. So you're gonna adjust that to find your own rhythm. Okay, so good, so far so good. Okay. Another thing that I can add that you might not find in all relaxation, breathing relaxation exercises is that sometimes when I exhale, I have asthma. Okay, so I have a technique I use when I have asthma and I don't have my pump on me. Okay, so what I do is that I increase the internal pressure in my lungs in order to be able to exhale better. Okay, so what I do is that, like, when I'm exhaling, I exhale through that. Okay, now I found out that when I do the relaxation exercise, if I increase a little bit the pressure, it gives me a better feeling in terms of relaxation. So what I do, because now I'm not gonna do this, I don't have crisis. So, but what I do is that, like, I'm taking in the air, like, and when I'm gonna exhale after holding the breath, I'm gonna go like that. Okay, it helps me. I don't know if it's gonna help you. I'm just giving you techniques. You explore, you try it. Fine. Let me now go and find the yeah. I don't know if I have to remove my earphones, right, Angelica, in order for you guys to listen, to hear. Okay, so it's not internal. Okay. So I'm going to play the relaxation guide. Okay. I think that you're gonna have an access to it too, right, Angelica? Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So as I said, this is a guide. If you don't find yourself being able to follow the rhythm exactly as it's been given in the guide, it's just fine. Okay, this is just to remind you the technique, what you should do. After that, you will find your own rhythm, what suits you best. Okay, So let's listen to it. Sit in a comfortable way and try to follow as much as possible. It's not too long. It's about 1.5 minutes.
For this belly breathing exercise, sit or lie flat in a comfortable position. Remember that learning to relax using this technique takes regular practice. Place one hand on your belly just below your ribs and the other hand on your chest. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And let your belly push your hand out. Your chest should not move. Breathe out through pursed lips as if you were whistling. Feel the hand on your belly go in and use it to gently push all the air out. Let's try that again. Take your time with each breath. Breathe in through your nose, belly pushing out, and back out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose again. Deep belly breath, but your chest does not rise. And back out through your mouth. Try doing this exercise 5 to 10 times whenever you need a quick, easy way to feel more relaxed.
Okay. So I followed the rhythm in the recording. For me, it's too quick and he's not giving me enough time to hold my breath. Okay? But he's reminding you about the balloon I talked about in at the beginning of the session. Like breathing in pushes your hand out, and breathing out pushes your hand in. Now, you adjust the rhythm and take the time to hold your breath. Okay? 2 seconds, 5 seconds, you will know best. Okay? I generally recommend my clients to do that exercise between 2 and 3 times a day, and each time 5 minutes. So it's not long, okay? And if my client, some of my clients, they tell me, but where I'm gonna find 5 minutes 3 times a day to do that, then I have another problem with them. I tell them this is a problem. If you cannot find 5 minutes 3 times a day to just give yourself a break, maybe this is like a participating factor in the stress that you're going through in your life. So I'm not asking 3 times 30 minutes, I'm asking 3 times just 5 minutes, okay? And what's nice about it is that sometimes during the day I'm working and I need to have like a quick break. When I used to go to the university, let's say, while waiting for the elevator, these 2 minutes waiting for the elevator, I was just like focusing on my breathing, and actually it gave me a boost. Sometimes I'm just like now sitting all day long on my computer. I just get out of my chair, go on the floor, I lay down on the floor. Actually, I'm going to give you another technique, fun technique. If you're doing it laying down, take a book, let's say something like that. Something like this. Don't put the full encyclopedia on your belly. It's gonna crush you. So just put that on your belly. Okay, you put it on your belly while lying down, and you breathe, and you're gonna look and you're gonna see that this is the movement. This means that you're doing the right exercise. So if you're applying the technique, it's going to be like that. Five minutes. And I bet you're going to feel refreshed. Don't worry if at first you get dizzy. I told you this, I'm repeating it. It's important. Don't forget it. It's not a panic attack. It's not anxiety. It's not something happening bad. It's just a lot of oxygen. You have too much oxygen. Just like stand up, walk a bit, like 2-3 circles in the room. That's going to be more than enough to just use that excess of oxygen and get back to the state of regular. Just like then adjust your breathing. Okay. Any questions? Okay. So train. I think also you're going to have access to the sheet of paper that explains the breathing and all this, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you have it all. Practice. Enjoy it. If you have actually kids around you or partners or whatever, you can do it in group. It's fun. Okay, so when I'm too much also like fed up with my kids, I just like sit them down and I tell them, let's do an exercise, relaxation exercise. Shut up, breathe. Okay. Okay, cool. So I'll see you, I don't know, in 2 weeks, I think, or 3 weeks, something like that. Yeah. For another session of managing worry this time. Questions, sharing, anything? No? Yes, Eddie.
The bottom of my lungs is stiff from scleroderma, and I'm wondering if there's any way I can increase the movement there.
I didn't hear the first part of your question.
The bottom of my lungs are stiff from scleroderma, and I was wondering if I can increase the volume there.
Look, I can't give you an answer that is based on medical knowledge. You can ask your doctor about that, but there are no contraindication for the exercise as such. Keep within the limits, and ask your doctor about it. I cannot give you solid information about this. I prefer not to go into territories that I don't master.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so have fun.
Merci beaucoup.
Bienvenue.
Merci.
I actually have a quick question.
Yes, go.
I went to a wellness retreat earlier this summer, and one thing that they would say almost every day is to do cardiac coherence, and in French it was cohérence cardiaque. I'm not sure if that's the exact translation in English. So they told us to do 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out, 5 minutes, 3 times a day. So this seems to be similar to what you were proposing. They also suggested that we add Respire Relax, which is an app that counts for you and then does ding when you're a second in and then ding when you're 5 seconds out. do you suggest this is helpful, or?
I don't suggest the apps. Personally, I don't suggest that. It's fun, it's cute, it's nice. Once you install it on your phone, you feel that you have something that's going to help you. It ends up being more a hassle than anything else. Personally, with my clients, I found that they install it, they use it once, twice, and then they just drop it. So, and the fact that you're going to be rhythmed always the same way by an app, I personally don't think it fits our needs that are constantly changing. Sometimes I need 10 seconds, sometimes I need 5 seconds, sometimes I need 3 seconds to get what I need from the sensation of relaxation. Now, would that be the same for everybody? No. This is why we have 1,000 techniques, and this is why we don't have just like one formula that works. So if people want to try it, I certainly won't say, no, don't use it. But I will not say you won't be able to achieve your relaxation if you don't have it. It's mandatory, download it and use it. No, I don't think so. So you can try it, give it a try. There's nothing that is like against using it. Personally, it doesn't fit me. I don't like being like that. It's not always the same. I sometimes like have a lack of, and also there is another thing that sometimes bothers me with those applications is that you become worried about your performance. I'm trying to relax. I don't want to perform. I don't want to, oh my God, now I missed it. Oh shit, okay. Oh my God, now I'm a little bit quick. Oh my, no, I just want to relax. So it gives me the idea, I take it in. Now, some people, maybe they have a good rhythm. They're constructed differently than you. If it fits them, yes, use it. But it's not something that you necessarily need. Another question? But train. That, yes, train. 3 times, 5 minutes, train. Okay. Another thing I forgot. This is important. Don't do it because it helps me sleep. No, we don't want to create a learning here like an association between getting relaxed and wanting to nap. We want to be able to take those 5 minutes of relaxation without following it by a nap. So don't use it to sleep. Okay, use it to relax. Relaxation for now is not being used to enhance or to facilitate sleeping. It could be used for that, but this is not the main objective here, so that's not associated to sleeping. Okay, I think I covered all grounds. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you all very much. Thank you, Ghassan.
Welcome. See you soon. Do you need to talk to me, Angelica, or I can leave?
You can leave if you haven't eaten, because I know you go straight from work to here. So go ahead and eat, and we'll see you very soon.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. It was lovely. Thank you. So for the rest of you, we're just going to show you our next presentation here, which will be adapted home exercise presented by Kelsey Ellis and Delaney Duchek. So this is next week. Please join us. And Richard, I think we can show the last slide with the next session. So if ever you want to take note of the sessions coming up, which were related to what we did today, we do have worry management, which was last week, and we'll have the second session March 10th. And then afterwards, we'll have relaxation technique, which will be the part 2 and the last part the week after. Great. Well, thank you all for coming. And if ever you want to say a couple of words before leaving, feel free.